Out of the steaming jungles of Burma comes this story, the authentic record of strange warfare in a strange country. Here, against a rudyard Kipling backdrop, the Morale Operations Branch of the Office of Strategic Services waged a campaign of subversion against Japanese troops. A strange army for modern total war. They are Kachin tribesmen, killers of North Burma, recruited, trained, and led by American officers. These guerrilla fighters of OSS Detachment 101 counted their score in thousands of Jap dead, other thousands terrorized. In this, the strike at the minds and hearts of the soldiers of Japan, Morale Operations Branch developed important techniques. By November of 1944, they were fighting behind Japanese lines in Burma, from Lido to Myitkyina. Under the able leadership of Colonel Ray Pears, commanding officer of Detachment 101, these fierce little men had paved the way for Merrill's Marauders, the British 36th Division, and the Chinese First Army. The objective was to link the Lido Road with the old Burma Road, 200 miles south near the town of Nam Kam. In November, with Kachins poised for further raids on Jap troops, the first field team of OSS MO personnel joined Detachment 101. Then, for the first time in Burma, the Kachins added MO techniques to their lethal equipment. Insidious propaganda, secretly prepared, devised to appear to be of Japanese origin, aimed at smashing the will to fight and morale of the enemy. The Kachins, jungle-wise warriors, became jungle-wide agents in a distribution network for this clandestine or black propaganda. This film shows the development of a typical MO project, how MO has achieved field-tested techniques, techniques which were used wherever our forces fought Jap troops in the China, Burma, India theaters, techniques with but a single goal, to undermine Jap fighting spirit. January 1945, a message arrives at the communications basha of 101 at Bamo. From Sammy, that's the code name of an American officer leading a company of Kachins. It's addressed to Major George Bolt, commanding officer for MO. After deciphering, the communications sergeant types the message, dispatches it by special messenger to MO. This soldier, Sergeant Maturin Waldo, was later killed in an airplane crash on an OSS mission. In the MO basha, the message is handed to the distribution officer who delivers it to his chief. At the desk, the two of them read. Major Bolt, sensing an ideal MO target at Nampaka, swings into action. With his production and intelligence officers, he starts work. The chief points out Nampaka to his staff. A myriad of questions develop. How best can MO material be made to reach the Japs in this area? Visvanathan, trusted Anglo-Burmese, suggests that Burmese natives in the villages be used to spread rumors. Another believes the time is ripe for a surrender campaign, an appeal to honorable understanding, which, the Jap soldier will be led to believe, has sprung up among his comrades, in his very ranks. All agree that here is the making of a real show, but that much more information is needed before the campaign can be implemented with actual production. Field MO must be keyed to latest order of battle intelligence, and accordingly, MO's intelligence officer, Lieutenant Junichi Buto, promptly goes across to contact 101's Research and Analysis Branch. With RNA's representative, the intelligence officer outlines the specific information MO will need. Even there, the careful planning cannot end. Without painstaking attention to the accuracy of each detail, MO cannot be effective. Cover must at all times be maintained. Credibility of its media, whether it be rumor or the printed page, must be absolute. The two agree that every source of information must be combed, and Lieutenant Buto decides to drive to nearby headquarters of Northern Combat Area Command. Here, through vital liaison with NCAC's G2 section, additional data will be forthcoming. Here, too, he hopes to interrogate a Jap prisoner in the command stockade, a man reportedly from the Japanese 18th Division, the same unit now at Nampaka. Meanwhile, back at the M.O. Basha, Major Bolt considers an effective method to lay the groundwork for the surrender campaign. He and Distribution Officer Lieutenant Davis talk it over. Can Sammy get an agent into Jap lines to deliver a forged order to the enemy commander at Nampaka? Here's a problem for field investigation. Major Hom, M.O. Field Operations Chief at 101's Advanced Headquarters, is now at Mongwe, near Sammy. He can get the answer for us. The chief suggests that Davis radio Major Hom, and the message goes out. From Bamo, M.O.'s request is speedily radioed to the Mongwe Field Radio Post, where Major Hom is waiting for contact with headquarters. Hom has recently returned from a stay with Sammy's company of Kachins. After reading Major Bolt's message, he consults two Kachins familiar with the Nampaka area, and they assure him it will be possible to infiltrate the Jap garrison with the forged order M.O. is planning. A detailed report is drawn up, and Major Hom decides to dispatch it by plane waiting to make a run from Mongwe back to Bamo. Through 101's liaison squadron, the message is given directly to the pilot, who has been alerted to await Hom's dispatch. As soon as the ship lands in Bamo, our pilot heads for the telephone in his operations office. Here, Major Bolt is listening to Hom's message as it is read over the wire to him. With assurance that the mission is feasible, that subversive materials can be smuggled into Japanese positions at Nampaka, the green light is on. Nucleus of the proposed campaign will be a forged Japanese Army order, but of that, more later. Here, M.O.'s language staff starts actual preparation of the counterfeit document. That's Lieutenant Eddie Mitsukato working with Sergeant Eddie Sequoia on the first draft. Both of these men fought in the historic Burma campaign with Merrill's Marauders, the sergeant receiving the Silver Star, Mitsukato the Bronze Star. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Junichi Budo has completed his jeep drive to Northern Combat Area Command headquarters and arranged with G2 to interrogate two prisoners, recently members of the Jap 18th Division at Nampaka. A few friendly words, a pair of American cigarettes, and the Japs, previously screened as potentially cooperative, are persuaded to help the American forces. Budo explains to them how the planned surrender campaign will save their comrades' lives, and they agree to write a leaflet addressed to their soldiers near Nampaka. With actual production underway, all important distribution must be planned. Morale subversion techniques, no matter how brilliantly conceived or authentic, are worthless unless they actually reach their target, the enemy. Major Bolt and his distribution officer decide to print 20,000 leaflets which will give wide circulation to the alleged facts in the Japanese forged order. But visual circulation isn't enough. We'll take no chances of our campaign missing a single possible target. A well-spread rumor is the answer. A rumor campaign spread by the natives around Nampaka, by word of mouth from natives to the Jap troops in the area. Nathan and Starr plan the fabrication. It will be radioed to M.O.'s Lieutenant Norman Sturgis in the town of Shwegu, near Nampaka. Preliminary work is finished, the basic plan adopted, and drafts of all production completed. Time now to iron out the rough spots before the M.O. board.